Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Betsy Ratcliffe, and this is Hena Husain, the wonderful mind coach. Oh my gosh, Hena, 2017 is done. Oh my gosh, in 2 weeks, exactly, from today.
I know.
It's so scary. There were so many things that we did. We talked about that in the past video, so if you want to know what everything Hena was up to, watch last week's. But this week, we're going to talk about setting goals for 2018. And I know I set my goals, and I'm so good. I go through all the steps. I figure out exactly what I want. I lay it all out for the year. I follow all the rules that people tell me to do. But for some reason, February 1st, my goal is dusty, and I haven't done anything towards it. What am I doing wrong?
Okay, Betsy. So this is a really common, phenomenon. It's everybody goes through that, no matter what. So you're not the only one.
It's not me.
No.
It's not just me. Good.
No. So what happens is that we set our goals with our conscious mind that, hey, come January 1st, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to do all this marketing and phone calls. So that's like a conscious goal setup.
Okay.
But your subconscious, if it's not in agreement with your conscious goal, then we do things with willpower for a month. And after a month, the subconscious says, oh, since I was not in agreement, I'm going to resist you changing your life, changing your habits. The resistance kicks in. And then we give up and go back to our old ways and then more.
So that's why we buy the Oreo cookies.
Yes.
Okay.
So your mind really resists to any change and new habits. So I will share with you what to do to overcome that.
Yay! Because I don't want to buy those Oreo cookies anymore. I would like to lose the weight and fit into that really pretty dress I want to buy at the store. So help.
I know. So what we can do is to overcome that resistance that your mind is going to constantly give you, that, hey, when you wake up 6 o'clock and the alarm goes on, a part of you is going to say, hey, I set the goal, I want to get out of bed. And the other part of you, your autopilot, your subconscious, your 90%, is going to say, oh, you barely had any sleep. There, go to sleep. It's okay. And then,
Yeah,
so
I know that very well.
You listen to that guy. And then you go off your goals. And what to do is when the alarm rings, just get out of the bed anyway. Regardless of what your mind is saying to you, just do it. The Nike logo, just do it.
Okay.
And overcome that resistance. The more often you overcome that resistance, the more you get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
But isn't there something that I can do before that? Because I try to overcome it and it doesn't help. I just know the snooze is more powerful than my just overcoming it. Is there stuff that I can do before that?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
So before you go to sleep at night, you can do a couple of things. Especially set up power of intention is very important.
Okay.
Okay, so there's also, Wayne Dyer, God bless him, and I learned it from Lori Lipton, that there's 3 A's to manifest anything in your life, anything. And the 3 A's stand for is attention, and part of attention is intention, because our intentions are very powerful to create what we want in our life.
And that's the goals.
That's the goals.
All the work that we've done to write everything down that we want is our intention.
Yes. Writing it down, thinking it out loud, really doing all that. Then the number 2 is alignment. If you're not aligned, mind, body, and spirit, in alignment with that goal that you set up, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what you set up. If you're not aligned, and what do I mean by aligned?
Yes.
Is that, okay, say your goal is to, I want to lose 10 pounds. Your intention, hey, come January 1st, I want to lose the weight, I want to start exercising. But you're not doing the work. You're not taking the action in aligned with the goal. You're sleeping in, you're eating the cookies, the chips. If the action and the plan is not in aligned in all levels, then the universe says, hey, you know what? You wanted this, but you're doing this.
And doing this is when I keep hitting the snooze bar.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're not aligned, it doesn't matter if it's something little or the millionaire next door. It's not going to happen. So getting aligned inside. Success is an inside job. You have to work inside. The more you work inside of yourself, the easier the outside is going to be.
Okay, now do you have tips to help us figure out how to get the alignment set up?
Yes.
Okay.
It's again, success is hidden in the daily days. So having a daily plan, a daily check and balance, having a coach to keep you accountable with your goals. Because when somebody keeps you accountable, then you've got to report. Otherwise, we make all these goals in our head. Nobody's checking and balancing, whether we did it or not. And then what happens? We go off our schedule. We go off nobody's asking. It's okay. I can cheat myself.
We keep hitting the snooze.
We keep hitting the snooze. We keep,
Stop being in alignment with what our attentions are.
Yeah. So the number one is attention. And part of attention is being focused and making that intention. Number two is being aligned with your intention or goal. And number three is then once the two is in sync, then just allow the things to happen. And by that I mean allowing the right people will show up, the right book, the right, phone call, the right ad. And like Facebook, like one of my issues is I'm, social media. And like Betsy says, you've got to do it consistently. And I don't have the discipline to do consistently social media. And that is something I am working on in 2018. She's keeping me accountable that, hey, you got to post, you got to do this to, get yourself out there, to get recognized in the field of, mind coaching.
Okay. So I just lost my train of thought. That's never good with these live things.
It's all good.
Okay, so we need, sitting and allowing it to happen doesn't mean we just sit back and eat our bonbons.
No.
We keep doing step 2.
Yes.
Repeatedly and check in with step 1 to make sure the actions still follow through with the goals that we want.
Number 2 is the key. Being aligned. Taking the action every day. Having your daily days. Like put an alarm in your phone. Tell Siri that, hey, every hour to remind you of your goal and to stick to it when it's lunchtime, when it's dinner time, to get up 6 o'clock in the morning to remind you. Use Siri as your personal secretary and say, hey, remind me to pick up the groceries and get my vegetables and fruits and, So you're taking the action to be aligned with your goal of health goal.
Okay. And I'm assuming that when we do the consistent action and stop hitting the snooze bar and just get up and do it and have the smoothie for breakfast instead of the Pop-Tart, that eventually it will just become second nature to us.
Yes. It's then that what you wanted consciously, if you keep doing it and, in the beginning, you're going to have resistance. It's getting over that hump. So the longer you do it and just keep doing it, regardless of the effort and, the resistance that your mind and body is creating, and even the environment. We get a lot of resistance from our environment. Then I also tell people, try to hang out with people that are conducive to your environment. Also, hang out and talk to friends and colleagues that are helping you. Share your goals that, hey, I've got these goals. Keep me accountable. Remind me that, hey, you're getting off your goal. Accountability is a really key thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't tell everybody.
No. Your sincere, close friend, colleague, spouse, that are going to be, maybe 1 or 2 people.
Right, because I've heard that if you tell everybody, your brain already thinks that you've done it.
Yeah, that is true, but you also have to tell, and visualization every night before going to bed is going to help you.
But tell yourself.
Tell yourself, yeah, and visualize. Tell yourself that you've already accomplished it, and visualize every night before going to bed as if it's already happened, that you accomplished the goal in 2018.
Oh, I like that part. I like that part. I've done that in the past, and I've really enjoyed the way I've woken up in the morning after doing that.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other tips to help people have a great 2018?
Yes. The number 1 key to manifest the goal you want is to be in the state of peace and joy.
Oh, I like that. So always thinking positive thoughts.
Yeah. If you're in the state of peace and joy, the universe works for you. So if you're miserable, nothing is happening, guys.
No, people are staying away from you. When you're happier, people are attracted to you.
Yes. Think of a baby. The baby doesn't even know how to speak. When it's born and it's just cuddling, everybody just gravitates towards the baby. It's just a piece of joy and peace with no agenda, just allowing and just love.
Okay, I like this. So now we need to have a great end of 2017 so that we can start a wonderful 2018.
Absolutely. And celebrate everything you do have, the people, the finance. Celebrate what you have. And then focus on in your life that all the good that is to come as if it's already happened.
Perfect. I like that. Okay, and we won't be here for 2 weeks, but we will be back in the beginning of January.
Middle of January, we'll be back.
Middle of January for more live videos. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.